we're live.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. It's Amanda and Rick. We're getting adjusted. You're way too far.
This all happened too fast. I just sat down.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? I'm just letting everybody know that we're here and we're live. I got all these, as soon as I popped up, hey,
Hello.
how are you? As soon as it popped up, I had a bunch of like comments and things go across the top of my screen. I'm like, oh no. So I'm just going to make sure that everybody
I'm sorry.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Make sure everybody knows that we're here.
I'm not usually here for this part. It's exciting.
I know. Rick joined me at the beginning because we are all here. We are all gone. So
Yeah. There's no
Let's
one else.
see.
So. What are you working on?
I don't know. I got a bunch of messages sent to me all at
Hey.
once. Tangy was asking me where am I
Let's
at.
drink my coffee.
I'm like, I'm live now.
How's everyone?
So, hey, where's Old Blue? Here. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? All right, I've got to get to where I can see y'all's comments because I don't have it on the computer pulled up yet. So just give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up, and then hopefully I'll be able to see all the comments that are flowing by before I can even catch them.
We should do a do-over.
No.
Do a countdown.
You're just watching our food diaries. I know. So many people were like, you shouldn't be driving in the rain and holding the camera. I know.
Who did that? I held it out in front of me.
It was me, actually.
Oh, you
Not
did it
you.
too?
Yeah, I did in the video. But you know, what do I say? People you have the clip thing
What?
on your dash, right?
Yeah.
But then you gotta adjust everything so you can see everybody, and then you move it around so you can see everybody. So we won't be unsafe, though there's disagreements on that. No farmer meanwhile said shame on y'all. I know. What can I say? But
It's funny.
we never claim to be perfect. We do things like that. I guess it's bad. But anyway, you were excited to join us in the dream of the White House. I know. Hey, Tangy, how are you?
Hello.
You see Scruff a little bit, not much. He shaved it. It's okay. I like it better when there's
Mother?
a lot of scruff.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You should grow the full beard. I know. It's on the way. You made the announcement.
You can continue on. You're talking about a house.
Hey, from South Wales, UK. How are you guys?
Hello. Hi.
How are you? I've been watching a lot of UK TV lately.
She has.
That's what I like.
Design shows and such.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Tuesday. We're here. Are you guys liking the food diaries? You enjoying them? We did make dinner tonight, but you're going to have to wait to the food diary tomorrow to see what it is. But we haven't actually eaten it yet. But it was ready in plenty of time for everyone to eat. But everybody was just kind of relaxing and not doing it. So I filmed kind of the end of the food diary, but not really the complete end of the food diary.
Yeah.
So you'll see tomorrow. Hey, Andre, how are you? National holiday there. And happy belated birthday to my lady friend, Tangy. I'm not going to talk about how old she is, but she did have her birthday yesterday. I sent her a gift, and I'm sure she'll share it when she gets it. Yes, it's the three of us. Me, Rick, and Old Blue, all together. I don't know. I was talking to the boys, because the boys have Ricky Marquise. If you watch Food Diaries, you know they have their portfolio show coming up on Thursday. So they are getting all of their art things together. So in the past few days, they've been printing business cards and printing all of their, hi in Japan. Oh, that's wonderful. Ricky would be so sad he missed it because that's his dream place. They've been printing up all of their designs and their artwork and things that they've done graphic design wise. Ricky said I'm not allowed to show you guys anymore. But he said you got to wait because I am going to film the portfolio show and you guys can see all of their artwork and they do a really good job. But anyway, so they're getting all of this business stuff together. They have to build websites. They have to do all kinds of things. They've got 2 more days to get everything done. So all they're doing pretty much nonstop around the clock is getting ready for this portfolio show. And I loved their designs for their business cards and things like that. And anyway, I'm really excited about all their designs they've been doing. And I was like, you guys have got to do some t-shirts for us. You've got to get an old blue t-shirt. They've got to do it. So, but I will be patient until they graduate, and then we'll get an old blue t-shirt. And then I want one that says choose blessing, because if you're in the Bible study, you know that that's like the theme of the Bible studies. It wasn't my intention for that to be the theme. It's just as you read it, that's what it's come up with. So I need a choose blessing t-shirt. That's not for you. You can have an old blue t-shirt.
I hear you.
See, if you
Quiet.
if you guys don't know, hello South Korea. Everybody's
Quiet.
visiting us. If you guys don't know, give Rick 30 minutes, and he will totally take over this
I'm usually
entire
not
live
here yet.
event.
I'm usually not. It's usually you and Brianna.
30 minutes.
And I start getting warmed up.
30 minutes, and it'll be the Rick show.
She pulled me in too early.
Well, Brian was gonna come sit with me.
Oh, you want to get him?
He might actually speak, which is sad.
Well, set me up. I'll say something. Set me up.
Aw, I don't got nothing for you.
Yes. Well, it's your fault.
Okay.
I was drinking my coffee. I nod my head joyfully.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Originally from North Carolina, living in Japan because your husband is working. You miss North Carolina. Well, I got a boy who'd trade with you in a minute. Yes. Thank you, Tangy. Hit thumbs up if you're loving the food diaries. It hasn't been as stressful as I thought it would be. Of course, it's early in the week, so.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Tuesday is my peaceful day.
Yeah.
Monday's busy. Tuesday's slower.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow will be busy. Thursdays are normally slower, but Thursday we do have the portfolio show.
Yeah.
And then Friday is Brianna's homeschool testing. So it's a busy week. But I don't feel overwhelmed yet, so that's good.
That's good.
All right, you tell a story. What's happening in your life? You haven't been on very many of the videos.
No.
Thank you. Tangy said she likes how we have the family
Hi.
clips like Brianna and her friend.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I did not know that they did that till last night when I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really the big part of the video that I'll remember. Yeah. That's my story. Let me get coffee.
30 minutes. I guarantee you he'll take it over completely. And that'll be the end of that. Yeah, Brian actually, the friend that Brianna was with, Autumn, she has a brother that is around Brian's age, and Brian goes over and plays video games with the brother. So Brian was at the same house. Brian also had the pizza and probably also got one of the slushies. He just wasn't on video doing that. And then Ricky Marquise, I guess they're just so busy doing their portfolio show thing. I think they would be more than happy to film for us during the day. But they're just so caught up in everything that they're doing, so they're not able to do that. Mm-hmm. Rick tried to add his little bit in the one that just got published.
Trying to help you out.
I don't know that you have anything in today's video. Well, he did eat lunch on camera today. Well, he didn't do that yesterday.
Right. Well, you haven't finished filming everything.
Well, okay. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, let me roll back.
I'll wind myself up.
Let's see. I'm just rolling through the questions.
Okay.
You cannot speak.
I just need somebody to set me
I
up.
apologize.
Listen, folks. I 2 nights ago I had about 2.5 hours of sleep, and then about 3 or 4 last night. I crashed this afternoon, and I've been up for about 30, 40 minutes. My mind is still foggy. Set me up. You bring up a topic.
Sure.
Food diaries.
Here's one. Pacific Ocean says, what's one product that was discontinued that you miss? I don't drink soda, but...
Oh, I can guess what you're going to say.
What? There's only one that's really been discontinued.
The Crystal one.
Yeah, the Crystal Pepsi. Because when I was a kid, I remember my mom worked like 3 and 4 jobs growing up, and one of the jobs that she had was at a convenience store that was directly across the street from the middle school that I went to. So we went after we would get off school at the middle school. We would go to this convenience store that she worked at part time, and I would get a little snack, and I'd get a little Crystal Pepsi, and I think I used to get like white cheddar popcorn with my Crystal Pepsi. And I've heard that it's back, but I don't really drink soda, so I don't really want to drink it except for the nostalgia. You know what I mean? It just takes me back to 7th grade. And it's so funny that even my daughter is much older than that now, so it's crazy.
Funny.
You got one? Mr. T cereal.
Huh? Mr. T cereal.
I'm just teasing. Go ahead.
yeah, that was my cereal back in the day. Yeah.
He's got a thing about Mr. T. I don't know if you know this about my husband. He has a Mr. T thing. I think I even shared it.
So weird.
Did I put the T is for tender? Did I put that? I don't know if I put that on Instagram. If I didn't put that on Instagram, I will put it. He sent me this picture he texts me weird pictures all the time. Weird pictures. Because Rick's got a quirky sense of humor. And he's really funny, as you all know. All I hear about is how hilarious you are all the time, right?
Not tonight.
Not yet. You're warming up.
Yeah.
I sense it coming. So he sends me Mr. T pictures. But there was one that he sent me that I save on my phone. I have 2 of the things that he sent me on my phone. He sent me his first text ever, and I have that, and I shared that on Instagram.
Okay.
And then I don't think I shared yet the Mr. T one, but he sent me a Mr. T text, and it was a picture of Mr. T, and he said something like, "The T is for tender, baby," or something like that. I don't know, it's hilarious. But anyway.
You're just easy.
So I can't see Mr. T without thinking of you.
Yeah, okay.
It's you and Mr. T.
Well, we're very similar.
You got a lot in common.
Huh?
Got a lot in common.
Got a lot of bass in my voice.
Oh, yeah.
Muscles. Got the edgy personality.
Yes. Have you ever thought about getting a mohawk?
Plenty of times, fool. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you fool. All right, I can't think of anything discontinued that I like, but does the soup count?
What soup?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, the Chick-fil-A tortilla soup.
We don't go to Chick-fil-A too often, and I'll be honest with you, it's been a slow burn to get me to like Chick-fil-A. In Maryland, she said one time when the kids were little she wanted to go to this place called Chick-fil-A. I actually hadn't heard of it very much.
You're aging us, but go ahead.
And well, I know it's I know it sounds like we're old, but it's still true. I hadn't heard of it, and I did not want to go. You know, because I was a hamburger guy, and I said, "You want me to have chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Chicken?" You know.
True story.
So yes, it is true. So we went, and I liked it. And then the funniest thing, the thing that stands out was the sweet tea, because my mother, she makes tea with every dinner, right? Growing up, I always had tea, but she always puts lemon in her tea. I had never had sweet tea before.
I made sweet tea.
Then I sipped it, or I don't remember ever having it before that at the time. I'm serious. You can frown it up, but
Anyway,
it
go
is
ahead.
A memory that's burned into my
I
head.
used to make tea all the time. I just don't make it anymore.
Well, then I had soda, but this is years and years ago. Anyway, I remember drinking it and could not figure out what was different about it. It did not have lemon. I did not think you could do that. So it was the best thing in the world. So anyway, I started liking the tea, but my problem was I could never get full there.
Yes.
You know, no matter what, you spend an arm and a leg, but you don't get full. It's kind of like
Disappointment.
Yeah, you go get some chicken, then you have to go somewhere else to get full. Anyhow, about a year ago.
Then you discovered the chicken tortilla soup.
Yes. And at first I looked at it and I just didn't think it was something I wanted.
It's delicious.
Now you don't have just the soup, but you have it with what you would usually have. And the combination really fills you up. You feel like you ate. Soup with every meal is a good thing. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
Oh, you're fine. Was it my story?
No, I'm just tired.
So anyway, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You trying to get me going.
Go ahead.
So we went about, what, a week or two ago? 3 weeks ago, something like that. And it was my idea. First time she used to have to drag me. Now I'm trying to drag her because I want my soup.
Mm-hmm.
And I was craving, and we went in, and the whole reason I went is to get soup with whatever we get and such. And it was my whole reason for going. Had no idea it was seasonal. Yeah. And they had just stopped serving it the day before.
He was like, why?
And I was like, okay.
Well,
then.
Well, I'm not going back to Chick-fil-A until it's in season for chicken tortilla soup.
Not going to the fall.
So
you won't see me this summer.
take that, Chick-fil-A.
We'll go to the Colonel. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that either.
Anyway, so he was greatly disappointed. Greatly disappointed.
That is my Chick-fil-A story.
No gardens held up yet, but his excuse right now is the rain.
Yes, it's been pouring.
It has been pouring.
But got a plan.
There's a possible plan.
The plan has changed. Okay? And I keep marking things off the list. And I'm right down to the bottom of the list. And I'm not a fan of the bottom of the list, but it's still there. It's gonna rest on my own back.
I've got my own plan.
Oh, do you?
If his plan fails.
If it fails, but
I have a cutoff date.
do my
It
do
hasn't
my
really
plans
been.
fail?
It hasn't really been. It really hasn't been a good time to do it anyway. I'm actually kind of been thankful that we haven't done it earlier, because it actually just frosted a couple days ago again. It's like super late, and I know that a lot of people. Rick was telling me that because a lot of people around here. This is a rural area. A lot of people around here have gardens, and people where he works were all talking about how they already planted their gardens and everything's died.
See that?
Because it's frosted.
True.
So
it's been very cold.
So it's this, and then the rain on top of it. So it's just it hasn't worked out, and I'm okay with it for the moment.
You see the wisdom.
It hasn't gone past. Oh, it was wisdom. You were planning this.
Isn't that something?
Okay, good to know.
Because seriously, because she's like a rodeo. When the bulls get ready to come out, and she's just raring to go. Mm-hmm. But I keep telling her to wait, don't open the fence yet. And
I'm like a rodeo bull.
Not really. I was hoping you wouldn't. I was hoping you wouldn't hang on to that. But
wow.
no. You know what I'm saying? The excitement. You want to go, and I'm trying to hold you back because we're waiting.
Like a rodeo bull.
Yeah, we're waiting. Well, let's push that aside. I was trying to think of something else. So you're like a little bunny rabbit. I don't know. But anyway, you get the point. You want to go. And I'm trying to wait for. I know it was cold. I leave early in the morning. I know how cold it is in the morning.
Here's an interesting question: how do we get the family to eat leftovers?
Oh, threats.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, we just eat them.
Yeah. No. Well, hold on.
I don't just serve them the same though. I normally mix it up.
She does a thing where, you'll take leftovers. Mm-hmm. But you do something different to each one to make it new, like you just made it.
Yeah, well, like we had the roast chicken, and I had the macaroni and cheese and the I don't remember what we had with it. You guys might know, but we had the macaroni and cheese and some other stuff. And then last night with the Mississippi roast, we also had the same macaroni. We had and the coleslaw, the macaroni and cheese and coleslaw. Here's a spoiler. He had coleslaw today for lunch too. And I think I even mentioned it in the food diary video, which you won't see till tomorrow. I said, so you don't mind having coleslaw 3 different meals in a row? And he was like, no, I like it better when it sits longer. So he actually told me, he said, if you really want, you could make it for me the day before. Like it's better the second day. He's like, I don't even really like it the first day. I mean, he likes it, but it's better
the second day.
Yeah. So I can't.
Chili.
Yeah. Chicken soup.
Spaghetti if you have enough sauce to go with it.
Yeah,
it gets dry the next day if you don't. Go ahead.
I don't want to talk about too much things. But anyway, I'm going to skip right on over that. I'm trying not to give away everything for tomorrow's food diary.
But you do change things up. It's like last night's dinner was similar to today's lunch, but
I changed it up.
Totally different.
Yeah, because we had some leftover. We had a little bit of leftover roast, but it wasn't enough to really do too much with. So, so we repurposed it, but I can't tell you that either. See, all this is for tomorrow's food diary, and you'll have to watch tomorrow's food diary to see all of that. But it's all there, and so the kids don't really care about leftovers either.
No,
I don't
they
think.
really don't care.
They're just happy to eat.
Mm.
I mean, really, honestly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's not like they're starving or anything.
No.
Frankly, the boys, thank you, Don, I appreciate that. The boys choose. We do not force them to.
Mm-hmm.
They choose to eat out pretty regularly.
Ricky
Not so
Marquise.
much Brian.
Ricky Marquise.
Brian will plan his lunches most of the time. Ricky and Marquise do tend to go out, and they get sick of eating out because no one wants to eat out all the time. It's just gross all the time.
Yeah, a lot of that's Ricky, I think. Because Marquise, I think, would eat here more, but he wants to go, so he tags along with Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
So in the process of it, he'll end up eating out.
And I think Ricky would prefer to eat at home, but Ricky's always on the go.
He is.
And he doesn't want to wait.
He is.
If it's not in his hand in the moment he wants it, he's going to go and grab something and be done. So, lessons learned. But I think they're all happy to eat what I make at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that they ask me to make and ask me to make over and over again, and so they don't mind the leftovers.
Yeah. Your chicken soup's better the second day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I'll eat it the first day, but the second day it just gets like saltier or something. I don't know. It's better.
usually if we have leftovers, everybody wants it for lunch.
Mm.
It's not something, it's rare that I have something that can make 2 dinners,
Yeah.
like a full dinner. So anyway,
That's just because everybody eats. You know. Eats and eats.
people are talking about the Walmart pickup. So I've seen a couple of you guys talk about it. I guess everybody's doing the Walmart pickup thing. I haven't done it yet. They do have it in our local store. It's just not our, I don't know, if I buy some online, I'm going to have it shipped to my house. I'm not going to go somewhere and pick it up. You know what I mean? If I'm going to the store to look at something, I'll go to the store to look at it and purchase it. And then, I don't know, the idea of ordering it online and then going to the store to pick it up, that kind of defeats the purpose for me. But yeah, lots of Walmart stuff. Walmart charges more for food when you buy it online. That's true. I will say this. Rick's worked in grocery for 20 years, and I will say this, that the markup on grocery, it's a very narrow margin. And so when you add any extra service to it, it is going to cost a little more. And that's in fairness to any store when it comes to grocery. That's why people often ask me if Rick gets a discount on grocery items at his work, because he's always worked in grocery. And we've never, I worked in the grocery store with him, and he's worked in a couple different grocery stores, and they don't give a discount on the grocery items. And the reason why is because, again, the margins are so narrow on grocery. And you got to think too that you're talking about a product that's going to eventually go out of date. So yeah, so there is an extra price, and you should expect that if you get a product that you purchase online that people have to gather for you. There's going to be an upcharge for it. Versus you going out and buying it yourself. But I still think, I mean, it's pretty, from what I understand, pretty reasonable. But anyway, you guys, I'm just now getting to the Mr. T price comments here. Let's see.
I'm offended that Mr. T keeps messaging you. Shame on him. He's not as grouchy as he used to be now. He's sweet tea. I always thought Mr. T would be a great one to advertise, like McDonald's sweet tea. You know, not that I'm a big fan of it, but I always thought that would be a funny ad campaign. Like he's grouchy. You know, what has changed? What is different about Mr. T? And then he's on the sweet tea now. You know, now he's sweet tea. I always thought that was funny. And never mind. That was totally random. Sweet. Why? Say something. Are we still live? It's getting weird. Say something.
I have no words. I think you're hilarious, personally.
Oh my.
I married you, so I don't know.
You get it though. The sweet tea.
Yeah, where's the beef, fool?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Mr. T could advertise
Mr. T's good for everything.
anything.
Yep.
Anything.
It's
You
Mr. T.
should be, you know, all over the place. They're hiding his light under a bushel there. He's a national treasure.
Whoa, I'm scrolling through all this stuff. Took me straight to the end.
Mm.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
I'm just scrolling through the comments.
Mm.
Look at what everybody's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I used to, our kids, if they had gone to a public school, I would have packed their lunches.
I always had packed lunch.
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't in high school, but I did through elementary school, middle school. Chicken breast.
Yes. Rick's mom would fry him chicken every morning because he didn't like sandwiches.
That makes you sound so spoiled. I eat sandwiches now, but I guess
you
do. Someone won't fry me chicken now.
No.
Oh my. Oh, it's okay.
Anyway, so I would have packed our kids' lunches when they were little, but they're old now, and they can handle it. They can either pack their own lunch, or they can buy their own lunch, whatever brings them joy. But I am not going to do that for them. Love them. They're grown men.
Oh yeah. Well, man, they're not really kids anymore.
No.
You know, I keep saying, you know, teens, we have teenagers, but really the teen years are flying by. Ricky's just barely hanging on to them. We got Brianna.
Okay, just a few things. Andrea, I will look at that link afterwards. I am seeing it, just so you know. I'm just trying to catch up because I was so far behind on all the comments. And hi, Tim. And Tim is actually from Southern Maryland. Just a side note.
Oh, really?
And Mr. T is Rick's spirit animal. That's what TNG says. Yeah. Are we still using, let's see, the grease net? We do still do towels on the floor for sure. I don't think I really put any in the food diary, but I don't think I've fried anything yet, really, because we had the roast chicken and then I had the crock pot, and then there's nothing that I fried today. So we haven't had anything with frying. And somebody asked how I do, how I fry kale. I put it in a pan. I put a little oil in it. I put a little garlic in it. Put the kale in it. Swish it around a little bit. And put a little salt and pepper on it, and just let it cook for a couple seconds.
It is delicious.
It's very quick. I mean,
delicious.
it's not like I really cook it down to where it's soft like spinach when you cook spinach and it's just kind of gooey. Like,
now that's how my mom always made kale. She would let it cook for hours and hours and hours and all, and it was like that. It was really salty and stuff, and I loved it. But I actually like yours too very much because it's still
fresh.
And it's still
There's a freshness to it still.
It's just heated.
Yeah.
It's warmer. It's more tender, but it's still, you can tell it's kale. It's really good. I always eat it first.
Rick does not have a cleaning video yet, but he is going to get
Somebody asked about
now, I was just going to say this.
I need a cameraman.
I just noticed your name is Ente Raiku. That's funny. Anyway, do we have a meat market or a local butcher? There are some near us, but we have not used one. However, I will say this: we have someone local who has grass-fed beef, and we got a price to get a quarter of a cow, which is something that we have talked about for a while. I have to find 3 other people to do the cow with me because I don't have room, nor can I afford a half cow. So I'm trying to find 3 other people, and so far I have one person that's very interested, one person that's semi-interested, and then that's it. So there's just the 3 of us. So I'm like waiting for that other person. Hello, Whitney.
I gotta go check the size of that freezer again.
Well, because it's getting full now too.
It's pretty full now, and you want to put a half a cow in there.
A quarter of a cow.
Quarter of a cow. I'm sorry, but still.
It's like 75 pounds.
And there's some folks that we know that you know she has offered to store some of their stuff in our freezer too.
Well, that's a short term thing because all right, so we have friends that have 2 daughters getting married. 2 daughters who are getting married. And they are getting married within days of each other. One is getting married on a Saturday, and the other is getting married on a Tuesday. Long story. So 2 major weddings that they have planned. They are short on freezer space, and because they want to make one of the wedding cakes in advance because they have a large family, and one of their other daughters is making one of the wedding cakes.
Mm.
So I said, my freezer is not full, and I can definitely rearrange some things and leave space for the wedding cake if she wants to put the wedding cake in. I said, I can't make a wedding cake. I can't do much with it. But if you want to just put it in there and store it, my freezer is your freezer. You can feel free to do that.
But I looked in it, yesterday or the day
It's pretty
before.
full, right?
Yeah, I thought to myself,
Don't you feel good?
where's the cake gonna go?
I can fit the cake in there. Plus, we still
Oh,
our
my.
freezer on top of our fridge now is pretty empty.
It is.
I mean, I could
It
stuff
is.
that puppy full too.
You probably could.
So we got room. But
Well, where's the cow going?
well, the cow wouldn't be till after that anyway, because
All right.
the
all right.
wedding is only
You're
the
projecting
weddings
ahead.
are only in like a couple weeks.
Okay, you're projecting ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I really want the cow.
Takes me a while to get caught up with you.
Tim Beverly, I do not deliver that far. I'm sorry. You probably wouldn't want a quarter of a cow if I drove all the way up there.
Where's she at?
Tim is the one that I said he's from the Southern Maryland area. He really works in the Southern Maryland area, and then he lives in Stafford.
Which one?
Tim Beverly.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You'll meet him at the Homesteaders of America conference.
okay. All right.
Yes.
I'm all bearded up and
Yes. You won't even recognize him, Tim.
oh yeah.
Full
yeah.
beard. You'll love it.
So they'll say, who's that bear with Amanda? Well, that's Rick.
Wow.
Who's that bear with the little teacup?
Yeah, it's a little
Oh,
yeah. Expensive, but it's not super expensive. Wow, you are
Good.
so blessed. Practice makes progress. That's really good. Who is here? It's Ricky.
Hello.
Where's Marquise?
He was coming. He was
He's
getting
on
his
his
stuff
way.
out of the car.
Okay. Let's see. Did I find the power bill went up? I did not. It did not go up much at all. I was kind of waiting to see if it would, but it didn't. I gave Rick a kale salad this last week, and he was not a fan of the kale salad.
Oh yeah.
He likes the cabbage salad.
Mhm.
Hello, Serbia. How are you? We have a friend in Japan joining us, Ricky.
Hello.
I like kale warm, slightly cooked. Raw just tastes to me like I went outside and chowed down in the grass. So I like it warm.
The quarter cow here is about $400. So that's how much it is here. They're in that zone. I will give you all the details if I do purchase one. I will definitely make a video, and you will definitely see it if we purchase a quarter cow. But that's the zone that we're in. Yeah, and I definitely, I'm hoping that I'll be able to find enough people to do it, but I love kale just when I cook it. Has he tried a wedge salad? That's like a cabbagey one. He loves cabbage. I don't know about a wedge salad.
Describe it. What's it like?
I mean, I could Google it. You know, as Ark said, it tastes yuck. Are you talking about kale? Or are you talking about a wedge salad? Here's a wedge salad.
Wedge salad.
Wow. It's literally a wedge of cabbage with stuff on it.
What is it?
A wedge salad.
A what?
Wedge.
Kale is
Wedge.
not yuck.
That looks sad.
You're
That
in
looks
college.
sad.
You don't know
That hurts me.
wedge.
This
Doesn't look bad.
I'd kind of feel cheated if I went
You
to
know
a
something?
restaurant and they put just a
wedge of kale.
wedge of kale and some bacon bits. Because that's all that is. It's a little bit of bacon bits and like a half a head of kale.
Oh wow.
I'd ask for a refund.
It says lettuce, not cabbage. Normal. I don't know. Let me look here. It looks like cabbage to me, but maybe I'm.
What is a lettuce wedge?
I'd be like, take
I guess
this
the wedge
back.
is whatever you're using. You could
Man,
have kale
It makes me
wedge,
sad. All right,
Kale wedge.
you've depressed me.
cabbage wedge.
It says a head of iceberg lettuce. Well, Ricky, you could eat iceberg lettuce.
I mean, I could eat it, but
It says 2 tomatoes, kosher salt, red onion, white wine vinegar, sliced bacon, breadcrumbs, black pepper, and buttermilk blue cheese dressing.
Is that like a main dish? Or is that like just like a
I
little
mean, it's a
like...
salad.
Ugh.
Yeah, blue cheese.
That makes me
See,
sad.
I've learned in just my short time eating salads, trying to eat salads as the meal. I got on a salad kick and I started eating salad as the meal. Growing up, I always ate salad, but it was with the meal. And I have learned that there are salads that are good, but they're better when you eat them with something. And then some salads stand alone. The kale salad, the cold one, I may have liked it better if I had it with something. If it was with like a dinner, with like something hot, and you just kind of had that on the side, it may have been a lot better. But I try to eat it, by itself. And I tell you, in the middle of the afternoon when you're starving, trying to munch down some cold raw kale, I thought I was getting gypped. I said, "What is this? Working for the family? Got my cold kale here." I gave thanks.
I like kale.
Oh,
I like
oh,
kale in
man.
its many forms.
Yeah.
What I don't like is iceberg lettuce. It's one of the things that is
Well,
not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And
It's
I'm
not
not a
very
fan
nutritious.
of iceberg lettuce salads.
Drink a bottle of water.
I'm much
They're
more
good.
likely to
Just
eat
water.
a cabbage salad than I am a wedge
Cabbage
salad.
salad's good. Had a debate with somebody the other day. They said that the cabbage salads are slaw, they're not salad. And I'm kind of in the thinking that even slaw is salad. It's all different kinds of things. Salad is just a mixture of stuff. You got lettuce salad, cabbage salad, egg salad, potato salad, chicken salad, shrimp salad.
Keep going.
No, seriously. To
Never
me,
heard of a shrimp salad.
a slaw is salad. It's slaw salad.
Yeah. Well,
So
I do. Somebody said they prefer spinach, and I also prefer spinach. If I'm going to have a salad, I prefer spinach. I do not like iceberg lettuce. I will have romaine, of course. Nobody's having romaine right now. But,
most of the vegetables I eat are vegetables that I ate before I met you.
mhm.
Spinach, I
I
think,
know, I was thinking
is
the same
the
thing, too.
only vegetable that I eat now that I did not eat before you. You actually introduced me to spinach. My mother never made it. They never grew it. Spinach was a whole new thing when you started it. I like spinach now.
Oh.
It took me a while to get with it, but I replace it now with lettuce and stuff. I do the spinach.
Because
You know?
spinach is awesome.
I really like it.
People are enjoying the cat. That is Dusky
Who? That?
right there. That is Dusky, our kitty.
Yeah, Dusky's interesting because Dusky used to run from us, and
She still kind of does.
she's skittish, but she still will come up. If you sit on the porch, you'll take her a few minutes, and then she'll start coming around you, and she's a lot more friendly now.
She's so tiny. She is a tiny little kitty, and she is full grown.
Mm.
Whatever she is, that is her full size. Because
Yeah.
that cat is actually, I believe, Dusky is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she is. We can't get close to her to actually find out because she's really not. Like he said, we can't really get too close. She'll come up to you maybe a little bit, but
It's different every time.
she's tiny.
She'll be your best friend one night, and then you think, okay, we've bonded, everything's good, and then the next night she runs from you. So, glad you're not like that. Oh my. Continue on.
Wow. Anyway, Ricky likes iceberg lettuce. And when Ricky was sick, he had, as you all know probably, he had listeria years ago, and he was very, very sick. And for a long time, all he would eat is iceberg lettuce. It was all he would eat for the longest time.
Yeah.
It was stressing me out because I thought
That was a very hard time.
he wasn't getting enough nutrition. And the doctor said if he's eating anything, he's good. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps to this day if he has any kind of stomach upset or anything going on, he'll just eat iceberg lettuce,
Yeah.
and it makes him feel better. So there must be some benefit to it, because I always think about that
I think
time and
it's-
think there must be some benefit to it. I know it's mostly water,
I think it flushes stuff out.
yeah, but so there is value in it. He also ate
Fiber
watermelon,
and stuff. Yeah.
watermelon and iceberg
Had
lettuce.
a watermelon every day, I think.
Yeah, as often as we could get one. And he still to this day will eat watermelon. You guys were talking about watermelon. I don't like watermelon very much either. I don't know what it is.
Crazy.
I don't like iceberg lettuce and I don't like
I
watermelon.
love watermelon. The funny
I'll
thing
eat
is,
it, but it's just not.
watermelon is one of those things I don't think about. I don't crave it. It's never there
Mhm.
until someone cuts one open, and I smell it. You always yawn when I'm telling the story. What is wrong? You want me to get you a cup? We got 2 blue cups now.
No.
Okay.
We're going to have water in it.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't drink coffee.
It would
But anyway,
disrespect the blue cup.
I know. I'm sorry. But I love watermelon. My mother puts salt on watermelon, which gives it a
I know
little
people do that. but-
gourmet flavor. But I always ate that growing up. My mother used to tell me to go outside and eat it. It was messy. I said I remember when we discovered Chick-fil-A, and you said that kind of dates us like we sound old. But I remember when watermelons, there you go, had seeds. You can't, unless you grow them yourself, you can't find one that really with seeds. They're all seedless now.
Mm-hmm.
All these little weird melons. But the big long ones, the big fat ones with the seeds, is what we used to get growing up. My mother always told me to go outside and eat it. And one day, I believe it was a Sunday, it was a Saturday because my brother-in-law was over. I walked outside with my watermelon. Little skinny little Richard. Little Ricky is what I was.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking back in the house. I was in the backyard. There was a big snake had crawled along the way in front of the door. I couldn't get in. Snake at the door.
I remember.
I was a
I
little
remember
kid.
the story.
I was a little kid. Now I don't like snakes, but back then it looked like a monster. It looked like a giant.
Uh-huh.
And I started yelling for help. The windows were open, screens and everything. No one would come. They thought I was playing around. I'm out there holding my melon, shaking like this. The snake was looking at me. No one would come. It probably only took a minute, but it felt like an hour. Traumatic.
What's the end of the story?
My dad came, took
Oh,
care
okay, good. There you go.
of it. It was a big build-up to get to nowhere, but
Andrea said that
that's how I tell a story. I have a big introduction.
she said being from an Asian
Wow.
background, they actually cook iceberg lettuce in a stock
Never heard of that.
and
That's
serve
really
it with
neat.
Chinese noodles and Chinese oyster sauce.
Oh.
I might could eat iceberg lettuce that way. That's
Yeah.
just not anything I've ever heard of before, but I might would eat it that way.
And what do you serve it with?
Chinese noodles and oyster sauce.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I like Asian noodles. We never get them. I don't even know where you get them.
No. I
They're
don't.
different than just like
When we lived in
regular
Maryland, there was
noodles.
a lot of Asian stores.
Yeah.
And there's just not any here that I know of. I mean, I'm sure there's some in the cities, but
Oh, I just had an idea.
I don't know.
Don't you love it when you get a? You had vegan week. We're gonna have Asian week. What do you think?
Oh, goodness.
Huh? Well, fine.
I mean, I love Asian food, don't get me wrong. I'm just not skilled enough.
Okay. Oh, we could have guests over to teach you. And
Well, I
we could
mean,
turn it into a big
You know,
thing.
I know some guests that could make some Asian food and make it good. You can invite them over.
Yeah.
Spend the week.
Week.
Andrea said she could come and teach us.
Week.
A whole week.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was my idea.
Yeah, they're talking about a lot of fruit that they like in different ways. Hold on, I'm going to tell you the ways people like things. Salted watermelon,
It's good. I'd
grilled
rather have it.
peaches,
Never had that. I've heard of that. Sounds
pepper
good.
on a cantaloupe,
Pepper on a cantaloupe. Pepper like
black pepper.
black pepper.
Mhm.
Never had that.
More salt on sweet fruit. I don't know. My guilty pleasure is pretty much just chocolate.
Grilled pineapple, I'm sure.
I'm
is
not
good.
big on sweets. I'm just not big on sweet
She's
things
not.
overall.
Shameless. I am.
I
Brianna is.
in terms of fruit, I've always
But all
preferred
fruit's
apples.
sweet. Well, not all, but.
Apples are like
But you
my
can do a
main
lot of
fruit that
things
I
with
like.
apples.
And is there any other fruit that I really like? I like blueberries,
Your apple pie thing that you make is delicious.
but I don't like cooked apples. Like if you're talking about a raw, like actual just fruit, I like oranges, I like mandarins.
Well, I like a
apples.
crunchy raw apple too, and I don't like cooked apples. But the apple pie that you make made me change my mind.
I've never really been a huge fan of strawberries. Just not
Yeah.
super big fan of them. I mean, I'll eat them in smoothies, and I'll eat them like when we make like strawberries and raspberries and all of that. I like mango a lot.
Mhm.
Like if I get a smoothie, I usually get a mango one.
Mango is really not my favorite.
I know.
I like peaches. I like nectarines and plums.
Somebody said they like grapes. I've never really liked grapes.
I like grapes.
Kids
I
like
know
grapes.
some folks that like to put them in the
It's not
freezer
really
and
my
freeze
thing.
them
That's what
and
she
stuff.
said. She likes frozen ones.
But I love grapes.
Cheese and apples.
That's interesting. I mean, yeah, you get a fruit tray or something. There's always cheese and apples.
Brie topped apricot jam. A tomato and mayo sandwich.
I knew an older guy one time.
Frozen grapes.
You follow? He's an older guy. I haven't seen him in a long time. But every day
Mango and chili.
he would buy, he would have bananas.
Uh-huh.
Every day. He's like the banana guy.
Mhm.
Right?
Hi, Tita Linda.
He would eat them two different ways. He would eat them with, what do you call it? Avocado. Which I thought was kind of odd.
Uh-huh.
I never had avocado back then. This was an old store. But he would have it with that. But the weird, another one, there's the yawn. Who else is, are you yawning too?
My body just has an automatic reaction. And
You're
like he speaks and my body's nope.
You're discouraging me.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Drink my coffee.
Talk about your avocado.
Well, no, that was the second way, and this is gonna shock some people, I'm
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
He would butter it, his banana thing. He would slice it, and he said he would butter it like toast.
A banana?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was just pulling my leg, but apparently that's really how he ate it.
Butter a banana?
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
But he said he did, and I believe him. He's all.
I feel like I'm gonna yawn again, but I don't want to because I think it's you.
Oh my! And another guy I knew, he used to eat garlic for snacks. He would eat it like in a candy dish.
I don't know if I'll eat it, but I'll
He was
swallow
from Hungary.
garlic.
No, I'm not the biggest fan of garlic, to be honest with you.
I'm not really snacky.
She's not.
Um,
I am.
Another Ricky,
If it's by the coffee maker.
we have more friends from Japan. Is this Shiga Prefecture?
He probably can't hear you.
He's on his way. Hello from Nova Scotia. Hello everyone. I love it when you share where you're from, and it's really interesting to see where everybody's from. Is this? I want to make sure I'm saying this in the proper way.
Okay.
But I think I just passed it.
She good?
Hold on.
That's
Where did I pass it?
It's down.
Okay. There it is.
Yep. Morning from Shiga Prefecture. It's 9 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Yay. Yawn, I know. Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon. Oh my word, you guys are from everywhere. Oh, okay. Traveling 3 hours to cook children's for 2 of your kids, one with 38 injections, the other might need a spinal surgery. We'll be praying for you, Jaton. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really have, I'm not really a snacky person. I pretty much just want to eat what I need to eat and then move on with my day. Like, I like to eat actual, like, food, like meals. And I also like things very simple. Rick always thought I was weird because I like everything plain.
Plain, yeah.
I don't like
I like-
lots of different tastes together.
I'm odd, I guess. I like sauce with everything. I like dipping sauce.
Who's the lady? I'm trying to think of, you wouldn't know her, but there's a YouTube lady. I think her name is Darcy. Do you guys know? She's a minimalist. And they have this thing that they have one ingredient meals.
Well,
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And so when they eat something, they just eat that one thing, and that's what they eat.
Like
So-
tonight we have rice.
I guess, essentially. I haven't really looked into it too much. I've heard about it. I've been told about it. Yes, Darcy Isabella, exactly.
Well, that's very frugal.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily frugal, but
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're, if tonight's ingredient is ribeye steak, it's not as frugal. But if your ingredient tonight is, kale.
yeah. See, I
So-
don't normally use ketchup. I don't use barbecue sauce. All the condiments that you see in my fridge are mostly for him. The kids have some too sometimes, but it's just not.
A lot of sauces though have a lot of sugar. Sugar's really bothering me now, so I have limited sauce. I don't do it as much as I used to. In fact, my go-to now is the sriracha. And that, if you actually look at the ingredients, it's just like chilies or whatever. It's not. It's more natural.
It's like when I have a salad. If I have a salad, I usually have it with no dressing, which he also thinks is weird.
Yeah, salad with no dressing. She'll put apples in her salad, and that.
But now I don't
she'll say
even
that's
always
her
put apples
dressing.
in it.
Yeah,
I'll just eat it. I don't know.
used to drink hot sauce. That's funny. Oh, never mind.
I don't normally make vinaigrettes. I know. See, I'm yawning when I talk now, so it's not just you. But yeah, no,
Alright, I
like
feel better.
I'm from Maryland, Pacific
Oh.
Ocean, so is Rick.
Yeah, it's great.
But
Home,
yeah, I normally don't eat. I eat things very plain,
very plain.
and I like simple things. So I just want to eat the simple ingredients, eat that,
But
and
I
move on. And I don't like snacks.
I have noticed though, like if we're out and about and we have to go somewhere and get something, you know, at a restaurant or something or other,
Mhm.
I learned a trick though. If I order something the way it comes, I'm gonna ignore the yawn.
I can't help. I'm just really tired. I'm
sometimes-
sorry, guys.
You know, and I'm just mean like something quick and easy, like a fast food somewhere or other.
Uh-huh.
I notice that they'll give it to you, and sometimes it tastes like old, like they made it a couple hours ago. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But when you order something plain, it's always fresh because they got to make it, you know, different. So I noticed that if you want fresher food when you go, order it plain. They have to make it fresh, and then you can add stuff to it.
Mm.
I've noticed that because you always like if it's on a bun or something, the bun's always softer and mine's hard. And, so you see,
I do like spicy food though. If like
I like a little spice.
a meal has spice in it, I
Mm.
like it spicier than you do a lot. Like
Mhm.
chili, I'll eat chili spicier
Oh
than
yeah,
he will.
oh yeah. Because well, I like it going down, but a lot of it gives me acid reflux and stuff.
Yeah,
Have
so
to
I do
watch it.
like different flavors in a meal, but I don't like a lot of condiments and sauces and
Mhm.
things added to it. I like to
Because
just be whatever it is you cook.
your curry, your famous curry, I like it, but it just it
Well, now that you have the cabbage, it hasn't been bothering you.
no. I have been eating raw cabbage almost every day now for what, a month.
Mhm.
So
And he
Yeah.
feels better.
yeah.
It's
This
improving
is the
his health.
most cabbage I've ever eaten in my life.
Really?
Yeah. My mother would make cabbage, but she would make it like once in a while. It would be like a special thing. You know, how, like you have turkey at Thanksgiving. She would make cabbage something or other.
I don't know. His mom is of German descent,
Hmm.
and so I always think of her cooking cabbage.
No, she made cabbage.
You know what I mean?
We had
Like I
cabbage.
just have it in my mind that
But
I
it was-
connect her with cabbage.
But what I'm saying is, it wasn't like a normal. It was like for special dinners and things. She would have cabbage as a side or something or other.
I don't know.
And I think is coleslaw. She would have coleslaw a lot, which I could eat as cabbage. But I was a picky eater, I guess, and I never ate coleslaw much growing up. Potato salad. I never ate potato salad. I didn't like things that were cold. You know, if she made potato salad the day she made it before it got cold, I would eat it because my potato salad had to be hot. Now I'll eat it cold, you know, because that's how it's supposed to be served.
I don't really make potato salad.
I would eat sauerkraut a lot. I guess I did have cabbage a lot.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Now
I
I'm thinking
remember.
about it. I did eat it.
I
quite
think
a
of
bit.
your mom, and I think of a lot of
I
cabbage.
think of sauerkraut. Yeah. We had sauerkraut a lot.
I made sauerkraut here.
Yeah. Okay, so never mind. Scratch everything I just said.
But this is the most raw cabbage you've had.
I'm a big cabbage eater.
This is the most raw cabbage you've had in a really long time.
Yeah.
Because this is just like straight cabbage salads and things. This
I'm
isn't
totally
cooked
going
cabbage
raw.
or
Though. Inside of me, there's a little vegan.
Is there?
Banging on the door,
Really?
saying "Let me out," and I keep telling them not yet. Not yet.
Oh man, I was watching one of my old videos and I was like, we are never gonna be vegan. And I thought, oh, see, I should have known when I made that video.
Oh,
like it's my destiny. We're,
Yeah.
we're gonna be, because once you say something like that, that's just how it goes. You know what I mean?
I just think vegans and meat eaters need to hold hands and embrace. They're like my plate. Like part of my plate can be vegan, the other part is not. I'm half vegan. Can you be half vegan?
No.
Uh,
Yeah, Rick was saying a lot of people were telling him at work that they eat raw cabbage. Like they'll buy cabbage and then
Yeah.
on the way home they'll eat half of it.
yeah, I always thought that was odd. Never had raw cabbage like that, but actually one of those guys started telling me that he had acid reflux and all for a long time, and he went on a raw cabbage diet, and it kind of cured it and stuff. And he said that his wife, when she's having trouble, she'll drink like cabbage juice, I guess, or
Mhm.
something. So I thought
Somebody
that
else
was
said they were juicing cabbage. and
very
I can't stand
strange. I
it.
thought it was very strange at first, but hey, there must be something to it.
I don't know.
Am I
It
talking
works.
loud enough?
Yeah, think so.
I feel like I'm mumbling.
I don't know. I heard a few people say that for whatever reason our videos have been really quiet. When I listen to it on our computer, it sounds perfectly loud to me.
Well, that's funny because she's actually got a naturally loud voice.
I do.
Next week I'll rally you up a little bit before.
I do. No, when I talk like
Get you
regular
loud.
conversation, I'm
Yeah.
not super loud.
Mhm.
In fact, a lot of times people ask me to speak up. But
Yeah.
when I want to,
Oh yeah, she's loud.
if I had a superpower, I have a very loud voice. I can speak loudly
She could have been a singer.
and you could hear me. No, but I can't sing.
I,
But I can speak and you can hear me for a mile.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and it's funny to me because we have a large homeschool group, and we meet together, you know, in the gym before we go to our group classes and stuff, and they have to call all these families and kids to attention. Everyone else has to use a microphone. Everyone else is like, "Excuse me, boys and girls, can you get?" And I'm the only one. I don't need a microphone at all, and I don't even sound like I'm hollering. I'm not hollering. I'm just speaking loudly.
she's loud. Because Ricky's a junior, you know.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a senior, and sometimes when she's trying to get me and I'm on the other side of the house or somewhere, she will yell, "Senior!"
I don't yell. I just
Okay,
speak loudly.
yeah, you'll just have a bold moment, and I'll tell you, sometimes I think I'm in trouble. It's just the tone, but you know she's not mad or anything, but it's funny.
Yeah, Ricky. Well, the boys, they'll go out in the woods and they'll be
You'll-
way out in the
You
woods.
do not need a microphone.
They will be way out in the woods. I don't need a little ling ling ling. I don't need any of that. That would not be near as loud as my voice because I will just holler for them and they hear me, and I know they hear me. So that's just, I don't know.
Because it's funny, I do not have a voice like that. I taught Sunday school Sunday, and I was quiet, pretty quiet, I guess, normal talking voice, but talked for 40 minutes like that, and I was straining a little bit, I guess, and afterwards I got so hoarse I couldn't talk. I was like, raspy, and that probably doesn't bother you. You can just all day long.
I mean, not all day long, but I can talk for a
Yeah,
while.
but my voice just isn't like that. A little strain, and it's gone.
I don't know. Linda is celebrating 47th wedding anniversary, so
Oh,
happy
wow.
anniversary, Linda.
Yes, happy anniversary.
So it is a
47.
teacher voice. I don't know if it's a mom voice. I know a lot of moms that don't have my voice, but
It's forceful.
it is unnaturally forceful.
Like what? Just about 40 minutes ago, she said, "Senior, we're going live."
No,
And I said, "Oh, let me get my cup."
no, not even
I'm
close.
just teasing.
I think my
Uh,
voice is much more forceful than my personality.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I think sometimes people think
Oh yeah.
I'm more forceful than I actually am.
True.
I
True.
think I come
think so.
across.
Because you're really gentle.
Yes, I am, but I come across sometimes very intense, and
Yeah.
I'm not. Well,
No.
I am, but I'm not.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
But yeah, no, I think I'm like Mary Poppins. I'm really like a movie character because I'm no nonsense.
Yeah.
When I want something done, I want it done spit spot.
Mhm.
But I'm also very. I give it with a spoonful of sugar, so it works.
Yeah.
People listen.
I know. You've been practicing on me for years.
Yeah, you needed it.
Spit spot. Spit spot.
You needed it. I don't know who
You should
you would be.
Huh? I mean,
Besides Mr. T, of course.
yeah. It was very odd
Mr.
when the
T and
camera
Mary
goes off.
Poppins.
Mary, because I turn into Pity the Fool, and you end up having this English accent. It would confuse you if you met us in public.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, I did not finish my degree, but I was like very close to finishing my degree in early child or birth to kindergarten education. So I did do a lot of work with preschoolers, and actually Brianna and I were teaching. We were because we just finished the 5-year-old class and we had a good time. But I don't know. So yeah, I'm used to the little children, but little children love me. Little children get me. Actually, any kids that I teach get me, because I've taught teenagers and little kids, and they all love me.
Mhm.
Any of the teenagers I've taught have always thought I was like the nicest teacher and the best teacher.
Yeah.
And like the 5-year-old class that I just taught, at the end of the day of the 5-year-old class, they all ran up and hugged me. Like they bypassed everyone. Nobody else got a hug. Me. But they all ran up to me in a big like herd and like practically tackled me. And they're like, bye, Miss. And so they're just like they love the little children get it.
Mhm.
But they also know that I mean what I say. So we don't have a problem. But even the teenagers listen to me. I don't have a problem with people listening to me when I mean for people to do something,
Mhm.
generally speaking. There's always that one.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'm a hit with little kids and older people. It's the ones in between that sometimes, fall flat. Teenagers can't seem to relate.
yeah, you don't do well with teenagers.
Yeah, and it's getting worse, not better.
I don't know
'Cause
why.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't know.
Rick's not hit with the teens.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, you're very awkward, because I was thinking about how like Brianna's friend.
I'm being honest.
He
This
tries to
This
be
would be time for a
friendly.
good yawn.
He tries to be friendly, but it just comes across awkward.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay.
I'll be honest with you. I've been awkward for most of my life. And I used to try to fight it and change it and be more like this or more like that. I'm giving up. I'm awkward. I'm going to embrace that.
But
I
you're
don't
not
even-
always awkward.
No,
I
I
think it's-
am a lot, I guess. But I don't even care anymore. I think that's happens the older you get. I mean, I'm only 38, and I really don't care so much anymore. If the Lord allows me to live another 20 years, I can't wait to see how I am. Just let it all hang out. But I'm not a hit with the teens. Especially like,
I'm cooler than you.
well, I was going to say like Brianna's friends, but really even the guy teens, I'm not really. Yeah.
It's okay.
Cause
I'm cool.
yeah. You are.
I
Oh
am.
man, you are. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Truly. All the kids' friends will hang out with me.
Yeah,
I'm the cool mom.
you are.
But I'm not the like cool mom, like let them have their way cool mom.
Mm-hmm.
I still make everybody do what I expect them to do, but I'm still the cool mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that. It brings me joy.
I don't know. No, talks about something else.
Are you bitter about it? Are you bitter that I'm the cool mom?
No, you've always been the cool mom.
I was always cool.
Yeah. Now you're a cool mom.
Yes.
Yeah, just wait till you're a grandmother.
I know, right?
You know that you're gonna be
I'll
like,
be like the triple G.
hoodwinked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be.
Have you ever seen that movie,
Yeah.
Hoodwinked? And who played that?
I don't know.
It wasn't I forget her name. Anyway, on Hoodwinked, it was the grandma. She's like, I'm not like other grandmas, and she's triple G, and she goes and like competes in X Games and stuff. Nancy said, "Us adults feel like you relate to us." I know. Maybe I don't. I don't always do so well with adults. I'll say that.
Mm.
That's fair.
We're like bad cop, good cop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
we do good if we're together.
true. We do. Well, but adults, you are better with adults. I don't know what it is.
But see, I ease into the conversation, and you're like that bull in the rodeo.
That's the second time you call me a rodeo
Not
bull.
I'm giving an illustration. I'm not calling you the bull, but you understand. What do you call that? Like a bull is to rodeo.
Amanda is
There you go.
to every
but
situation.
I'm not calling you the bull, but you understand.
Yeah, well, that's what you call me.
I'm trying to think of something else, but
Marquise is over here like
oh
bull in the rodeo.
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I'm a bull. I'm gonna only think about that when I meet people now. I'm gonna be like, Am I being the bull?
Yeah.
Am I too
Oh.
forceful? Because normally I'm just
I don't mean it
like
like
I am. I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and I'll come talk
You
to
are.
people, and I'll
You
be
are.
friendly. And I, if I'm ever in a room and I see someone that's sitting by themselves and nobody's talking to them, I'm the person that's gonna go and talk to them and like
yeah.
make conversation and,
that-
smile
that-
and make them happy.
It's true, and that's why we're married today.
Yep.
Because I was that quiet one.
But I think what happens is that like I'll go. Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
so I'll go talk to people and try to make sure everybody feels comfortable. But if I'm in a room where everybody's talking and comfortable, then I'll just sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm good. I don't feel the need to talk to everybody all the time. I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah, you're fine.
So
I'm the same way.
yes, but you will stay by yourself and wait for everyone to come to you, and then everybody comes to you.
Come to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that
It's
bad.
a power play.
I'm not that bad.
You're like the bull.
Like, I go off sitting in the
No,
corner.
you're not.
When you come on.
You're like,
Entertain me.
yeah, you're the king.
I need a jester.
You know, Richard
No,
means
that's
great
not true.
king.
That's
that
not
is
true at
exactly
all.
what it is. Like,
That's not true at all.
bring me the people
That's
that
not true at all.
entertain me. So
It just takes me a while. You know, you can jump right into a conversation. You've got little witty things to say and you know, things to talk about and add. It takes me a while to figure out what you're talking about. And then I start to, you know, I have to do everything in the process. So then I start the long journey of going back in my memory can I add anything to this conversation? So it takes me a long time. Usually you sit there and you say you're so quiet, but I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm going back, making a little mental list. And then sometimes it gets me because as soon as I can think of something to say to add to it, the conversation's changed. And then I want to bring it back 10 minutes. Conversations are tough. You know,
we're both introverts.
Yeah.
Heather said she's a total introvert. Small talk makes her nervous.
yeah,
And thank you, Sarah, by the way, and your sisters.
I'm sure we've talked about this before, but I mean,
We're both
like,
introverts.
like when we first started going to church years ago, church used to scare me to death. You know, even after I became a Christian, just the talking, the fellowship, everyone talking, I did not know what to say. Because everybody would talk so much before, everyone would talk so much after, and it was a lot of small talk. And I was, you know, I was just like, what do you say? What do you say? So I started taking it bits, you know, a little piece at a time. So I got very good at the hi, how are you, how's everything? And I found that if I could find the couples who are married with kids, that you could think of something to say. You know, you can talk about being married.
Say,
and home
hey,
with
you
the
guys
kids.
should come over.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because I got good with the hi, hello, but then at a certain point, it's like being on a telephone and it's an awkward silence. I could not think of anything to say. So I noticed that everybody would eat. Everybody liked to go out and eat and you know, over each other's house. So I got very good at the we should have dinner. You know, well, we you know, this is going so good, we should continue this on. Let's go have a meal, you know? And, man, I was setting up all kind of dinner appointments. And then I'd go to you and ask you to get us
They
out
told
of
me
it.
to cancel it. It's like, I got us another lunch. You got to cancel it. I'm like, I can't cancel
Well,
it.
the thing is that I started feeling like I could handle a conversation in the church, but then it would hit me like, well, I don't know if I can handle a whole dinner, you know? So, and I was like, man, Richard, you did it again. I'd get so mad at myself. Get us out of it.
Then he had to start having meals because I wasn't
Oh,
getting us
my.
out of it all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
I could get there's a way that we could get out of it.
Mhm.
But Heather, my mom is an extrovert, and my mom talks to everyone.
She does.
Everyone, complete strangers.
Mhm.
She has no filter at all. None. I love my mother. My mother will talk to everyone all the time, and actually I really credit her for making me feel comfortable talking to people because of her I got used to because small talk does not come naturally to me, but she got me used to being around people and talking to everybody, talking to complete strangers. My mom is very much a people person.
Mhm.
And she loves everybody, and I love that. It's one of my favorite things about my mom. It is not me. And I remember as a kid I was very embarrassed, but I love that about my mom. that she is that way. My mother is a very loving, lovable person.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Rick was, I don't know if Rick was the guy in the corner. Rick was the guy hiding around the corner. He wasn't even sitting in the corner. He's like, oh, they saw me. Go behind the post.
No, listen. I was just, excuse me, really quiet. Really quiet. I wasn't the one that you noticed as the quiet one. Like you said, I was the one that just was not noticed. Like
He literally tried to hide.
I
When
remember.
we first were together and we would go to the mall, if he saw someone he knew, he would literally hide behind a post.
Oh yeah.
Because he did
Oh, yeah.
not want to talk to anybody
Yes,
ever.
exactly. And I was like that for a long time. When I was in high school, I went to the same high school, normal through years, like normal,
Yeah, not
And,
the same one as me, but a normal high school.
Right. And I remember in my senior year, there were people that had gone to school with for years asking me if I was new. I'd been gone for years. And yeah, it was like that. Because I remember.
But even now, like I just met that woman. I went to a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And the secretary at the desk, I was talking to her, and I said where Rick, because I handed the medical card and everything, and said about where Rick worked, and she said, oh, I worked there for so many years. Where does he work? And I said where he worked, and like which department, and she was like, oh, he must be new. I said, no, he's been there 10 years. She's like, what's his name again? And I said, and she was like, doesn't ring a bell. And then she named everyone else in the department that's worked with Rick for 10 years. And she's like, I know them, but I don't know him. And so finally I took out a picture and I said, this is him. She, oh yeah, I've seen him around. 10
That's
years
me.
they worked together.
That's me.
10 years.
Yeah.
When he was younger, not so young, but younger, when he worked at Food Lion years ago when we were in Maryland, people would every year ask him if he was excited about prom.
Yeah.
Like he was even like in his late 20s, but
They don't
he's got a
ask
very
anymore.
youthful face. But they
Yeah,
would ask him if
yeah.
he was excited about prom every year.
My
And
hair
it
was
was like 10
darker
years. I'm like, haven't they realized that, like, this one couple would give him money, like, every year for graduation.
Isn't that terrible?
And it was like an older couple. I'm like, really? Again?
I wouldn't lie
You're
to
like
people.
28.
I didn't lie to people. Everyone just assumed I was a kid, But I got used to that. I ended up getting a mind like I just look like a kid. I'm always going to look like a kid.
Like, you've been there 10 years.
But the thing is that now that folks don't talk to me that way anymore, it's taken me a long time to get used to it.
Sorry, I'm just
Because you're fine. You're
rearranging
fine.
my chair.
Better than yawning. But but like just 10 years ago, folks were asking me if I was excited about prom. About 5-6 months ago, someone asked me if I had any grandchildren. so it's like what has happened,
Oh, man. They said,
I'm going blonde. It's not
how did I
right.
handle Rick hiding from people in the mall? I told him, get out from behind the thing and go say hi.
Well, it's not like I'm hiding under tables and things. I was just, I just had an avoid people kind of bug thing going. But the thing is that, I don't mean to bring it up, but I will, that, like when we started going to church and after I became a Christian and all, the Lord started to change me. Because we had some friends in Maryland that would come over, and I guess I was the quiet guy in the room, and they were married and we were married, but I wouldn't speak. One night they came over, my wife wasn't there, and I followed them out to their car, and they're leaving, and I'm talking and everything, and I think the wife said to me sometime after that she'd noticed a change in me because I wouldn't shut up. I was just, talking. So, the Lord's done a lot with me. I do talk now.
Yeah, she said, can you imagine if all of us were with you right now, actually sitting in front of you, would that make you uncomfortable?
I
No.
don't care.
No, he loves an audience now, in
Oh,
case you
I
haven't
don't love an
noticed.
audience, but
He does. He
I-
likes a group. He is comfortable speaking into a group. He is not so comfortable with the one-on-one.
unless we get on a subject that I can,
Unless we're talking about the other person. He doesn't
Oh,
like
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
himself.
Yeah,
He will
I
talk
think
to
that's
you about
fine.
you all day. Which works because most people like to talk about themselves. So a lot of people feel really comfortable talking to him, and he's very comfortable talking to them back because he doesn't have to talk about himself.
Yeah.
So
I think that's it. I don't like talking about myself.
A lot of people really like talking to Rick.
And some, because I listen.
Yeah.
But
People tell you that too. They're like, "You're
Yeah.
such a good
But
listener."
I don't mind a crowd.
Nope, he
I'm
doesn't
fine
mind a
with
crowd.
it. I've changed a whole lot. Just
Where I'm the opposite. I'm
uh,
totally comfortable one-on-one, and I'm totally comfortable in a small group. But if you have a big crowd of people, I'm not real comfortable. I'm really the kind of person that I really like to be by. I'm like a super introvert. I am. I really
Yeah.
like to be by myself.
because
I don't like too many. Like I'll be with a small group, and people often think it's the opposite with he and I.
yeah.
But that's just how I prefer it.
I mean, yeah. Let's just leave it at that.
I'm-
Because it's really funny because I'm really not. See, here's the thing. My mother has told me that when I'm gonna ignore the yawn, that when my dad was young,
Mhm.
that he was really nervous all the time. He was a nervous kind of guy. And now the older he's gotten, he just doesn't care much about anything anymore. He's not nervous. He's not anxious about anything. And I don't think of my dad as a nervous person. But apparently he was really nervous when he was young. So I think I'm kind of going down that road. The older I get, the less I care. And that's why Brianna is a very anxious person. And I've told her before, I said, it's in the family. The older you get, you're not going to care.
Yeah.
So
She's a lot like Rick in a
So,
lot of ways.
I care less and less about things, It's like sometimes something will bother you and you'll get a little stressed and it'll keep you up, And me, I sleep like a baby, like a log. I'm out. There's nothing so bad that'll keep me up. I'm out. So, I don't know. But it's funny because I have dealt with nerves a lot. This is a story. I'll tell you a youth story. I used to. You're talking about crowds. Crowds used to scare me to death. Just standing up in front of people. We'll go back to like middle school. And you remember the science projects, the science fair projects. That was a torment of mine. I hated the science fair project, and because you'd have to stand up and present it to the class, and I got myself so worked up and so nervous. I mean, to the point where you feel like you're going to and I just carried that feeling for weeks and weeks and weeks, just the dread of getting up. And it just killed me. And I got through it, and I didn't know how I got through it. And then for weeks afterwards, my stomach was in such knots that I felt sick for days and days and days. So the very next year, I told myself, this was 7th grade or something, so I'm not going through that again. So I had this, so I did a science project the very next year. The nerves started again. I started feeling sick again. Everybody was going to start presenting that day in the science class. So I brought my board and everything into the class, and then, about my business. I decided I am not going to present this thing. I went and I took my board. No one was in the class at the time. I went to my locker, and I shoved my board in my locker, bent it all up, slammed the door. I was like, I'm not presenting this. And when it was time to present, she's going in alphabetical, and I'm a Beal, so I'm at the very beginning, B's. And I'm like, I don't know where my board is. I was not a Christian kid, and I just, I don't know where my board is, And I thought that would get me out of it. And then she said, well, just tell us what you did. Present it without a board. So much worse. If I had just had my board, people could have looked at my board and not me. And now I'm standing there like the fool with no board and trying to remember what it was I did. And I mean, all that to say, standing in front of people scared me to death for a long, long time. But not so much now.
Meanwhile, I was competing in speech and debate.
Yeah, see the difference, the parallel there?
Completely different.
Yeah. Crowds used to tear me up.
Now, they were talking about how young people looked. So we were very young when we had our kids, obviously. So
Still young.
we used to get the looks and things when we had our kids. And people
Oh,
thought
yeah.
we were babies.
People thought Ricky was my younger brother.
And now,
That was at a CVS. They said, is that your little brother? See, that was
Now.
back before I had the Mr. T voice.
oh, is that what that was?
Is that you? And I said, no, fool. That's my boy. That's my Mr. T. You missed it. Never mind.
Can you introduce
Wow.
Marquise doesn't understand.
No, I
You'll grow into your Mr. T the older you get.
It's funny.
I think Marquise has a Mr. T voice because we were playing with the voice changers on the thing
That was scary.
on Marco Polo.
Yeah.
I'll send you Marquise on the voice changer of Marco Polo. It's strange.
That's my tough word.
We had 3 kids.
You know I mean business when I say fool.
You- How old were you? You were 23 when we had Brianna? 24? 23.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Because I was 25, but I had just turned 25 because she was a couple days old.
Okay. all right.
So you were still 23.
My fingers. Oh, yeah, okay.
So he was 23 when we had 3 kids,
Yeah.
and we were just young. He was 23, but he might have looked 17,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And so we had
That
a
was before glasses, before I had a single gray hair.
yeah. And it's what's so funny.
Now super skinny.
This is another thing about Rick. Okay, so he wears glasses now. Truly, you know how you see on Superman, where it's like Superman
Clark
puts on his glasses and he's Clark Kent, and it's like, how do they not know it's Superman? You know, because all I did was put glasses on. That is honestly how it is with Rick. That is honest to goodness how it is with him.
Yeah.
He works with people, and even people who he works directly with, that know him, that see him every day. He would not wear his glasses to work when he first got glasses because he was like afraid he was going to mess them up or whatever. You know how he's a little
Break
paranoid
them.
about that. But anyway,
I just like to keep things new.
so where did we go to a funeral? We went to a funeral or something, and he wore his glasses. Nobody recognized him. Nobody. And I was shocked that people did not know who he was. For the longest time, it was his Clark Kent.
Yeah.
You know, he loved it. He was like he was in disguise, which totally works with his introverted personality. But you can take him off. You can show the people. Show him Superman.
They'll think you're sitting with somebody else. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
You gotta let them see Superman.
Huh?
I want them to know who you are if they see you with no glasses.
No. I can't give my identity away. If this whole homesteading conference doesn't work out, I'll know how to.
With the beard, it'll really throw it off.
Oh, that'd be
I
something.
know.
I
No
don't know.
glasses and a beard.
Oh.
It'd be like, Amanda, what happened to Rick?
Yeah. That's funny.
It's true, though. That's exactly how it was. So, anyway,
I'll tell you, eventually I'll have a beard just because I hate shaving. Shaving is my biggest dread. And one of the reasons I have a little scruff tonight is I just can't get myself to shave. I used to shave every single day. Cut myself all the time. I cannot do it anymore. I talk myself out of it. The nicks have gotten out of control.
but I don't know, we've always looked pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying we do now.
We're still fairly. If a handful of years from now we have grandchildren, we are going to be the young grandparents.
I think so.
We're going to be in a different group, a
always
different
thought
genre,
we'd be young
but we will
grandparents.
be the young ones.
But the kids aren't exactly running out trying to, get involved with any kind of relationship. And,
Married and stuff.
yeah, so I'm not really feeling hopeful about being a young
But I mean,
grandparent right now.
all of us, but there's still. It's still early, but it can change within a year.
I mean, I guess. I have no hope.
I mean, you have no idea what's around the turn, what's around the river bend.
I have no hope.
I don't know.
We got about
I
7
don't know.
minutes, guys. 7
7
minutes.
minutes.
And then we're at our definite limit. 'Cause
I didn't
gotta
know
go
we had a
eat.
limit.
Well, I gotta eat. I didn't eat yet.
Okay, these are long live events now.
I know. We started with doing an hour, and now we've moved it up to an hour and a half. But that's
Wow.
just because you like to talk. So
It doesn't even bother me anymore. One day we'll just say turn off the light when you're done. Go to bed. The 24-hour live event. Has it ever been done?
I'm sure it has. But my word.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't know if people could handle the stories. I think we would lose people. At like hour 6 or 7, running out of stories. Oh my! Down to 6 minutes. Somebody say something.
Well, they're talking about their grandkids. We
I'm
can't
sorry, I'm
relate.
not looking at the comments.
What
Forgive
age
me.
did you let the kids date? I mean, the boys are grown men. I wish they'd date. I wish they'd find someone to go out with them. Oh man. The project for an awesome live event goes on for 48 hours. Wow.
Hmm.
It's every December.
Wow.
They said they'd stay the whole 24 hours. They like listening to us. Well, we wouldn't be on for the full 24
God
hours.
bless you,
We'd
though.
have to sleep at some point. It would not be
God bless
24 hours wide awake. It would be like just taking the camera with us and
Yeah,
going and
yeah. That's funny. Oh my, that's funny. I think we're already done.
I'm constantly yawning. Potty breaks too. Well, I mean, you could take turns with that, but at some point we gotta sleep.
Are we really being serious? Are we gonna try this?
No way in this world. I
24-hour
don't know
event?
why you said it.
Huh? We could take turns,
No.
huh?
No.
Everybody could
No.
occupy the chair for an hour,
No.
huh?
No.
I think I could handle this for an hour without you.
No.
I'll just have to prepare something ahead of time.
No. Well, I mean, there are 6 of us, so really you just have to have 4 hours. Everybody have to have an hour.
We all
4
tell our
times.
tales. Have I ever told you about the science project? The cat is getting bad.
The cat is. Yeah. She dropped some of Ricky's artwork.
This is the white monster here.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. She has become a house cat, and I never
Oh,
liked.
game night. I forgot all about the game night thing.
Oh, that's coming, I
I'm
guess.
supposed to dress like the Monopoly.
We'll do that in the 24-hour live event.
No.
And but the cat, never had a house cat, and I'm not a big fan of having an indoor animal. We just feel like she would not handle
I
outside
clearly
very
need
well.
sleep.
Oh, you're good.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine. She's shedding, and I like having a clean floor. And you vacuum the floor, and then a half hour later, there's all these little
White hair.
white tumbleweeds everywhere. They're calling her lady, but she's more like tumbleweed to me. There's all these little white hair patches everywhere. Drives me crazy. And she's the oddest little animal I've ever seen.
She is
Yeah.
peculiar sometimes.
You know what she did? It was the other morning.
We do brush her. It does not make
Oh
any
yeah,
difference.
Brianna. I asked Brianna. Brianna's brushing her all the time. The hair just keeps coming.
Yeah, but it's spring and she's shedding.
Oh, I know, but she's really something. But she's got an odd personality. Yeah, tumbleweeds, lady tumbleweeds, I call her. The other morning, the bathroom is right across from Brianna's room.
Lady T.
Yeah, I think she's called me a fool the other morning, because I went into the bathroom just to, the light was on. I was checking things, OCD thing, and make sure the floor is dry and everything. Anyway, she's in Brianna's room. I hear the door in Brianna's room open. That's the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I look, and the cat's standing in the doorway looking at me. The cat opened the door. And I turned, and I looked at the cat. At the cat you just saw. And the cat looked at me, and the door shut. She shut the door with her paw. I said, that's pretty scary, I was like, man, I don't like that at all. And so I'm in the bathroom still, and it's like, that was the weirdest thing ever. And all of a sudden, I hear the door opening again. I'm serious. She's going, "Arr." And I look, and there's this little white paw opening the door. I'm not kidding you. It was the scariest thing. I ran down our bedroom and shut the door. Something's wrong with that cat. It's the weirdest thing. And that's true. I don't turn your back on that cat. And the cat sleeps all day. They left me alone on a Monday. You all had something to do, and I was off on a Monday. It's been a week or two ago. And I didn't see the cat all day. The cat was asleep, sleeps under the bed and all, in Brianna's room. And you almost forget there is a cat, because she's quiet, you don't see her. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the day, without warning, I walk through the house, and the cat is standing in the middle of the hallway, perched, staring dead ahead at me. It just caught me. I went, ooh. I have not bonded with that cat. She's odd. She's odd. So anyway, she opens doors, and I feel like she's stalking me. I really do. She leaves these little white patches everywhere of her hair as warning. She's marking her
Is
territory.
that what that is?
You know, she's drawing the line in the sand. Ah, cat's gonna be the end of me.
Wow.
It's hard because they all love the cat. They don't see it.
Oh, man.
My.
Well then, on that note.
That's all I got.
Well, that's all you need.
It was traumatic, folks. I mean, you know, early in the morning, your mind's not really working anyway. And you got a cat opening the door. It sounds made up, but she's opening and shutting it with her paw, like a hand. Odd old thing.
He is a boring storyteller. That is the truth.
My, scary thing, scary.
Well, story time with Rick is over. So
Yeah,
you'll
that-
have to come back
That was my cat tail.
next week
That was my
to
cat tail.
hear more from my husband. No doubt it will be interesting. And we do have food diaries, of course. So
Yeah,
you can watch them
that's
every day this
exciting.
week. He is not on tomorrow's food diary yet, but he says he's going to be filmed.
Who is? Who's
You.
not? I am on it.
Not for today. Oh, you are for
Lunch.
lunch. You are.
Lunch. She got me at lunchtime.
So I don't know how interesting it'll be, but he'll be on.
Come on. That wasn't a shot at me, was it?
No.
Okay.
just-
I took
what's
it-
gonna
I
compare
took
to
it
that
personal.
cat story?
It felt like a jab. Oh, the cat story? I think, you know, people giggle and laugh about it, but they all would get it. Early in the morning, you're by yourself, and you're
Okay.
being stalked by a little white cat.
Look at her.
I tell you, the white, she glows. She glows in the dark. Did you hit stop?
Nope, I hope not.
Are you still live
I
and
hope we're
alive?
still live.
There you go. Don't move the camera.
Sorry. I was just showing the cat. She's
Uh,
perfectly
for the
innocent.
24-hour live event, we need body cameras.
Perfectly innocent, normal cat just walking through the house. Although she is trying to get under Brian's door now.
She's odd. She's odd. I stay friends with the cats outside because I feel like it's two armies. Because they don't mix well.
Say goodnight to people.
No.
You gotta come and say actual good night.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
He's filling his coffee for the good night moment. But I'm tired, guys. I know you understand. I've been yawning for like the last half hour. I'm exhausted. And I still have to eat.
Don't really want to eat after I drink coffee for an hour and a half.
Well, I don't really want to eat either because I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep.
It's
but-
fine.
I'm gonna eat.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna eat.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna go to sleep. Marquise, did you eat? Okay.
He
Marquise ate. So
So
we're good.
everybody's good. It's just us.
So okay. Well, check out our food diaries tomorrow.
This was fun.
And it was fun.
Hope you all had fun.
So I'll be back in the morning for Bible study on Fundamental Faith channel.
Yeah.
If you guys have not checked that out, make sure you go to the Fundamental Faith channel and subscribe, and then you can see our Bible studies, faith-based videos. And then, like I said, here we'll be doing food diary. And Rick said he's thinking about continuing, not like food diary per se, but he's liking the vlogging thing.
Oh.
So he might continue with vlogging
Well,
beyond this
hold
week.
on. I know you're wrapping it up, but I had an idea. I drag my feet on the vlog thing because I just don't
People are
think.
already saying goodnight. They're
Well, come on back for a minute. I just don't think that I can video enough interesting things during the day to vlog. I have to chase the boys down. It's hard to get them. Brianna, does her Brianna thing. You're always doing your thing. So it's hard to videotape. I can videotape the back of your heads or something. So this is my idea. Videotape what I can. You videotape some stuff. Brianna, maybe we can get the guys involved. And then at night, we come with all of our, thing.
It's a video of the cat.
We make a compilation, It'll be like a horror film. Something's wrong with that
Can you guys
cat.
imagine if you had a
Something,
video of the cat opening and shutting
something
the door?
is wrong with the cat. They don't understand, but I know what I saw. Look, she's coming now. There's something wrong with that cat.
She does open doors.
Yeah.
She has open doors. She's a smart cat.
If something ever happens to me, ask the cat.
Ask the cat.
So, anyhow, my idea for the vlog is that everybody take a little piece and then we edit it together and make one little compilation. So it's the
Marquise,
day.
what you filmed during
It's
the
the
day.
day.
Marquise said he'd do it.
Yeah, exactly. So you get it though. It's a whole different idea. I like to do something different, and everybody could have their own little thing.
Andrea, we were going to be gone, but Rick said everybody come back.
Well, you get it. It would be the day at the Beal family's house or something, but it's in the eyes of everybody else. It's what I see, what you see, and we compile it together. You see? It would have a chance for the family to come together.
Okay, so are you done
Fine.
now? Okay, possible vlogs
Oh,
next week.
my.
Right now, food diaries. Next week, possible vlogs.
You
So-
brought it up.
I'm gonna go eat. You all have a wonderful
Getting cranky.
evening
You're getting.
/ day. Okay,
Did we come back?
we did come back. So
Two goodbyes.
we had
tonight.
not said goodbye, but we're saying goodbye now. It
Two
was
goodbyes.
the Lord saying time to go. So good night, everyone, and we'll
Good
see you
night.
next Tuesday.
Yes, yes. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.